What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Jake Shavink here, and what an impressive debut for Packers offensive tackle Zach Tom in Week 1, facing an incredible room of pass rushers in Philadelphia: Jalen Carter, Nolan Smith, Bryce Huff, Josh Sweat, Brandon Graham. And you saw, no pressures allowed. Per Next Gen Stats, no pressures allowed in 10 snaps against Bryce Huff, rushing the passer. And I thought you saw a really impressive work in the run game as well. PFF grades were tremendous. So let's dive into the film, take a look at what made Zach Tom's debut so dominant, and is there anything that he can work on or build upon as he goes throughout this season. Off to the film room. All right, guys, so we're going to the film room, taking a look at Zach Tom. We're going to start with some of the run game reps here, and I think it really got overlooked because we kind of talked about, zero pressures given up against one of the better pass rushers from last season in Bryce Huff. But the run game stuff for Tom was really, really good, and it starts with a lot of these reach blocks, these hook blocks, a lot on the backside of plays or the front side of plays where he just does a really nice job with his quickness off the ball to get good positioning. And I think here on this Jayden Reed touchdown run is a good example. Again, yes, the Eagles players are trying to slant to get into a gap, to potentially disrupt the play. But Tom, again, in really good position right for this play to the outside with Jayden Reed, and just, again, taking Nolan Smith out of the play. Yes, the defensive line kind of took themselves out of the play a little bit, but you still have to execute that block, and Tom did that really well there. A nice job here. I know Carter kind of holds the point of attack, but what's important is Tom and Morgan not really giving up ground, because all of these blocks are really taken care of, and it allows Josh Jacobs to have, a gap to attack, a crease to find in the run game, which is very important. Here, another great job of Zach Tom using that quickness, the initial quicks off the snap to get into great positioning on an outside run, take away Jalen Carter on the backside of this play. I think these last couple really show you what a good job Tom is doing in the run game here. Kind of a double a little bit with Jordan Morgan, and we're just taking Moro Ojomo out of this play. And it creates a massive gap for Jacobs to attack, and he's able to reach that second level and generate a big run, which was something the Packers did a lot better of in the second half of this game against the Eagles. Once again here, a combo block with Ryan, right? Drive the three-tech defensive tackle out of the play, and now Tom, really good recognition skills, really good processing, but also the quickness to get over to this block against Zach Bond and create this crease for Josh Jacobs. So, again, all things considered, Tom might have been even better in the run game than he was as a pass protector, and that is saying something, because this is the free play that we kind of talk about, right? The 12 men on each side, have a nice laugh. But Nolan Smith, really nice. This is kind of that forklift move to kind of essentially put the tackle on the defensive, right? Not have anything to grip, kind of push him out of position. But Tom does a really nice job chopping that hand and really get into a good recovery position here at the top of this arc to basically eliminate Nolan Smith from making a play. So not the cleanest, but he does a nice job, Zach Tom, especially in recovery mode, to get back into good position. Here we go. Bryce Huff, kind of working that explosion to power and trying to get to the rip move, kind of flatten that angle to the quarterback a little bit, but Tom does a nice job. Yes, he crosses his feet a little bit at the top of this arc, but he does his job, make sure that Huff doesn't have a clean avenue to the quarterback on this one. And sometimes, with the protection slide, you're going to get in situations where Jalen Carter is going to be your assignment. Keeps his wits about him, keeps in front, right? Good shuffle of the feet there late, and Jalen Carter has nowhere to go. Bryce Huff again. What do we see? Little Euro step, little kind of hesitation move. Try to get Tom to kind of maybe flatten the feet a little bit here and sit down as he tries this jab step, and he tries to rip underneath again. But Tom does a nice job, good positioning, good hands to basically push Huff around the arc. No pressure allowed there. Another one against Huff where Huff tries the ghost move, right? Fake this long arm and then try to go underneath to rip. And what you see from Tom on this play is that really impressive strike and hand usage, right? Because he goes to the move, but Tom does a nice job getting the hands on the shoulder pad. The rip move is now not going to work on that, part of the ghost move there, and Love has a clean pocket to deliver a throw. Nolan Smith very much tries, explosion to power a lot more than a lot of those speed moves or those counter moves that Huff does. And yeah, a little bit of the face mask there. Not sure why that wasn't called. But again, Tom does a really nice job, with an initial strike there, positioning, give himself some space to operate, and then does a nice job sitting down to anchor. And really doesn't give up a ton of ground, all things considered. Now, Jalen Carter, again, working around the outside on this rep. It's really a nice job hand fighting, right? Carter is trying to sweep the hands out of the way. He does it multiple times, but Tom always there to reset the hands really, really quickly. Doesn't give Jalen Carter an inch. Another one with Bryce Huff. He's trying to work another kind of speed rip around the outside. And right here is a really, really good spot for Tom. You get to the top of this rush, and you create a muddied avenue for Huff to the QB. So on this one, again, against Nolan Smith, what Tom does a really nice job of is that initial extension right here. And Smith is trying to drive Tom off of his spot. Tom does a really nice job generating good space between them, right? You get a defender into your chest. It's hard to maintain that balance through that contact phase, and the good extension and positioning by Zach Tom and the good hand placement here at the top of the arc really drives home how good of a pass protector he is. And again, against Carter, what Tom does extremely well on this play is that quick initial strike right here. He's already got the strike on Carter before Carter can even get to a move. That's huge because Carter's powerful and he can counter quickly, but that initial strike really neutralized Carter there on that rep. And again, against Bryce Huff, right? You do a really nice job getting out there to match this outside rush, and then you just kind of hang on because Huff does a nice job generating some power at the top of this rush, but Tom is able to anchor right here before kind of the pocket gets too muddied for Love to be able to make a throw. And again, you didn't see this matchup very much, Zach Tom against Josh Sweat, but Josh Sweat coming in with explosion to power as well, trying to, drive Tom into Jordan Love here. And just a really good job by Tom anchoring and getting into good position, knee bend, and enough of an anchor to stop that rush in its tracks. And finally, a little bit of a missed strike here by Zach Tom at the top of this rush by Huff, but he does a really nice job resetting the hands and getting into a good position where Huff can only rush all the way around the arc to try and get a hand on Jordan Love. So there were a few plays that Zach Tom didn't do as well, right? This is a tough one for him where you have to get your feet all the way out to get to a 3-tech in Jalen Carter here, and he just doesn't get out there in time, right? Contact is happening now. You do not have an established base, and that's where you get, this result, against a powerful interior pass rusher. A little bit of an overset here against Nolan Smith, and a really nice job by Smith recognizing that and trying to take advantage with an inside move. He does recover enough to keep the pocket clean for Jordan Love on the quick throw. And I think here's a really nice example of, kind of talked about Tom doing a nice job resetting the hands. Sometimes the strike isn't always great. He is second to contact here, and that does, create a little bit of an advantage for Smith at the top of this arc. Luckily, Love threw it in the quick game out in time. So Zach Tom did really well. You look at the run game, the improvements there. He looks so natural with the double team blocks, working to those second level defenders, and also has, as we already knew, the initial quicks to get around guys, reach block, hook block, all of that stuff. And then pass protection. It's not always the cleanest rep at the start, but what he does do a great job of is recovery, right? Whether it's regaining balance, whether it's resetting the hands. He is a truly well-rounded player at right tackle for the Packers, and he's potentially going to reach star status this season. I think he's got the chance to be a household name at the tackle position, and the Packers, they might want to get that contract money ready. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video on Zach Tom. If you did, throw a like down there, subscribe if you're new. Plenty more Film Room content on the way very, very soon. I will catch you guys in the next video. Farewell.